Hey, Bengals fan, something is changing inside the Bengals offense, and it has almost gone unnoticed by a large part of the fan base. While most of the attention continues to revolve around the biggest stars and the newest names on the roster, there is one player quietly entering training camp with something to prove. His stock may be down in the eyes of many fans after last season, but inside the organization, there are clear signs that confidence in him has not disappeared. In fact, there is growing belief that this could become the season where he answers every doubt surrounding his role in Cincinnati. If you don't want to miss any important news, now is the perfect time to join us. Don't forget to like this video and let me know in the comments. Are you excited for this season? Yes or no? Training camp has finally arrived, which means we'll be bringing you all the key updates on the Bengals throughout the season. Now, let's get to what really matters. As training camp gets underway, conversations about the Bengals offense naturally begin with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. Those names dominate every discussion, and understandably so. Fans are also eager to see what newcomers and younger players can bring to the offense. There is excitement surrounding rookie Kobe Young, curiosity about Mike Gesicki's role if he stays healthy, and plenty of optimism about Chase Brown continuing to become a major receiving weapon out of the backfield. But while all of those conversations continue, one player has quietly become one of the most overlooked members of the offense. That player is Andre Iosivas. Public perception around him changed after last season. Many fans remember the dropped passes more than anything else, and because of that, confidence in him appears lower than it has ever been since he entered the NFL. Yet, there is another way to look at his career, and that perspective paints a very different picture. Think back to draft day. Andre Iosivas arrived in Cincinnati as a sixth-round selection out of Princeton. Expectations for players taken that late are usually modest. Simply making the roster can already be considered a success for many late-round picks. Becoming a regular contributor is far less common. Now compare those expectations with what has actually happened. Over his first 3 NFL seasons, he has appeared in 50 games. He has started 18 of them. During that stretch, he has caught 84 passes, produced more than 1,000 receiving yards, and scored 12 touchdowns. If those numbers had been presented on the day he was drafted, nearly every Bengals fan would have considered that outcome a tremendous success. That is why there is still reason for optimism. The expectations around Andre Iosivas have changed. Early in his career, every accomplishment felt like a bonus. Every touchdown was viewed as another chapter in an already impressive underdog story. He was the Ivy League prospect proving he belonged in the NFL. Today, that narrative no longer exists. Now the expectation is different. Now people expect production. Now people expect consistency. Now people expect him to take another step. And after last season, many believe he failed to do exactly that. The statistical decline is impossible to ignore. As a rookie, he found the end zone 4 times. In his second season, he increased that total to 6 touchdowns. Last year, however, he finished with only 2 touchdowns while recording 33 receptions for 435 yards. The drop in production became one of the biggest talking points surrounding his season. Just as importantly, several dropped passes stayed fresh in the minds of Bengals fans. Those moments shaped the perception of his season more than anything else. Instead of discussing his versatility or reliability, conversations became centered around missed opportunities. That is exactly why many people appear ready to move on and begin searching for another option as Cincinnati's third wide receiver. But internally, things may not be viewed the same way. One of the strongest arguments in Andre Iosivas' favor is something that doesn't always appear in the box score. Versatility. The Bengals have trusted him in multiple positions within the offense. He has shown the ability to line up outside before moving into the slot and then returning outside depending on the situation. That flexibility gives the coaching staff options throughout the game, while also allowing Jamar Chase to be moved around the formation when necessary. That type of versatility is not easy to replace. It is one of the reasons why simply assuming another young receiver will immediately take over his role may be unrealistic. Kobe Young certainly possesses intriguing physical traits, and there is understandable excitement about what he could eventually become. However, there is still a significant difference between having potential and earning trust within an NFL offense. Learning multiple receiver positions, understanding every assignment, and building chemistry with the quarterback all take time. Andre Iosivas has already spent years doing exactly that. Another important factor entering this season is his relationship with Joe Burrow. Throughout his career, Burrow has consistently shown confidence in him. That confidence remains intact. During the off-season program, Burrow was asked directly about Andre Iosivas, and his response offered perhaps the strongest indication yet that significant progress has been made. According to Burrow, Andre looked outstanding during the spring workouts. He described him as looking bigger, stronger, and faster. More importantly, Burrow specifically pointed to contested catches as an area of improvement. That detail matters. Contested catches became one of the biggest areas where Andre wanted to improve after last season. Burrow revealed that he had already seen several impressive contested receptions during the limited spring practices, calling it an area of emphasis for the receiver. Beyond the physical improvements, Burrow also highlighted something else: confidence. He spoke about Andre playing with confidence in his role, confidence in the offense, and confidence in his own ability. Those comments suggest that the work happening behind the scenes has been significant. Of course, spring practices alone do not guarantee regular season success. Training camp and live games are completely different environments. Everything still has to translate once the season begins, but hearing those observations directly from the franchise quarterback carries weight. Perhaps the biggest storyline surrounding Andre Iosivas this year is that he is facing genuine pressure for the first time in his NFL career. Previously, every accomplishment exceeded expectations. Now, expectations exist. People are no longer simply celebrating how far he has come. They are demanding more, and this season provides another powerful source of motivation. It is a contract year. Andre understands what that means. With Jamar Chase and Higgins already under contract, the likelihood of Cincinnati making another major financial commitment at wide receiver appears difficult. That reality places additional importance on every opportunity he receives this season. Whether his future remains in Cincinnati or eventually takes him elsewhere, his performance this year could significantly impact the next chapter of his NFL career. Rather than viewing that pressure as a negative, there is growing belief that it may actually bring out the very best version of Andre Iosivas. The expectation is not simply that he improves. The expectation is that he posts career highs across the board. More receptions, more receiving yards, more touchdowns. If that happens, conversations surrounding the Bengals' receiving corps could look very different by the end of the season. The competition behind the top two receivers remains one of the most interesting battles entering training camp. Kobe Young certainly has intriguing upside. His size, blocking ability, deep threat potential, and willingness to contribute on special teams all give him an opportunity to earn playing time. But earning meaningful offensive snaps requires much more than physical tools alone. The Bengals have already experienced situations where talented receivers needed more time than expected to establish themselves offensively. That reality serves as a reminder that development rarely follows a perfectly straight path. For now, Andre Iosivas enters camp with experience, positional flexibility, chemistry with Joe Burrow, and a clear understanding of the offensive system already working in his favor. Those advantages should not be overlooked. Training camp will ultimately determine how the depth chart develops. Every receiver will have an opportunity to prove himself. Every practice will matter. Every preseason rep will carry importance. But entering camp, there is strong reason to believe that Andre Iosivas remains the favorite to hold the third receiver role within the Bengals offense. After a season that left many fans disappointed, he now has an opportunity to completely reshape the narrative surrounding his career. The drops from last season are still remembered. The statistical decline is still part of the conversation. But so are his experience, his versatility, the confidence shown by Joe Burrow, and the improvements already visible during the off-season program. All of those elements combine to create one of the most fascinating storylines to watch as the Bengals begin another training camp. Now the question shifts from what happened last season to what comes next. Can Andre Iosivas respond to the pressure? Can he turn off-season progress into regular season production? Can he remind everyone why he earned this role in the first place? Training camp is about to provide the first clues, and by the time the regular season begins, the answer could become one of the biggest stories surrounding Cincinnati's offense. What do you think? Are fans overlooking Andre Iosivas heading into training camp? Or do you believe someone else will eventually take over the WR3 role? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another Bengals update. Go Bengals!